the world's most rare and exotic blooms, an in-depth exploration. Nature is a master of design, crafting colours and shapes that often seem too beautiful. Be real. From the deepest, untamed jungles to the most exclusive botanical gardens, some flowers stand out for their incredible rarity and unique appearances. These aren't just plants, they are biological marvels that have evolved over millions of years to attract specific pollinators and survive in niche environments. This exploration, we are taking a deep dive into 29 of the most exotic and breathtaking plants on our planet. Each one tells a story of survival, evolution, and sheer natural artistry. Let's explore the vibrant world of these botanical masterpieces in detail. Phlox. A staple of the summer garden, phlox is beloved for its ability to produce dense, billowy clouds of star-shaped flowers. Beyond its visual appeal, it is famous for its cloying, sweet fragrance that becomes particularly intense during warm evenings. It comes in a vast array of colours, from soft pastels to deep magentas, and plays a vital role in supporting local pollinator populations like bees and clearwing moths. Flame Azalea. This deciduous shrub is a showstopper in the wild forests of the Appalachian Mountains. Its blooms are unique because they appear in spectacular clusters of fiery orange, glowing yellow and intense red, often before the leaves have fully unfurled. Its long, elegant stamens extend far beyond the petals, giving the flower a delicate, airy appearance despite its bold, hot colours. Passion flower vine. One of the most visually complex flowers in existence, the passion flower looks like something from a science fiction film. It features a flat base of petals topped by a corona of fine, hair-like filaments in deep purple or blue. At the centre, the reproductive organs stand tall and prominent. This intricate design is perfectly evolved to accommodate large bees, which are heavy enough to trigger the plant's pollination mechanism. Amazon water lily. This is the giant of the aquatic world. Its leaves can grow up to 10 feet in diameter and are strong enough to support the weight of a small animal or child due to a ribbed structure on the underside. The flowers themselves are equally impressive, opening at night with a strong pineapple scent. They begin as pure white on the first night and transition to a deep pink or red by the second night before sinking back into the water. Tigridia pavonia, commonly known as the tiger flower, Mexican shell flower, this bulbous plant produces blooms that are fleeting but unforgettable. Each flower consists of 3 large, solid-coloured outer petals and 3 smaller inner petals that are heavily splashed with spots, resembling the coat of a leopard or tiger. Though each bloom lasts only a single day, a single stalk will produce a succession of flowers to keep the display going. Firewheel tree flower, hailing from the rainforests of Australia, this tree produces one of the most symmetrical and geometric flowers in nature. Blossoms are arranged in a perfect circle, looking like the spokes of a wheel or a firework frozen in time. Bright crimson tubes tipped with yellow pollen make it a favourite for honey eaters and other nectar-seeking birds. Sweet William. A member of the carnation family, Sweet William is famous for its fringed, pinked edges and its rich, spicy scent reminiscent of cloves. The flowers grow in tight, flat-topped clusters, often featuring concentric rings of contrasting colours like white, pink, and deep burgundy. Historically, it has been a symbol of gallantry and is a mainstay in English cottage gardens. Queen of the night. This is one of the most mysterious plants in the world. As a climbing cactus, it spends the whole year looking like a series of dry, unremarkable sticks. However, for just one night a year, It produces massive, waxy white blossoms that can be up to a foot wide. These flowers emit a powerful, heavenly scent to attract nocturnal bats and moths, only to wilt and perish the moment the first rays of sunlight hit them. Fuchsia magellanica, often called the hardy fuchsia, these flowers are celebrated for their unique, pendulous shape. The outer sepals usually flare upward in a bright red or pink, while the inner petals form a skirt in a contrasting purple or violet. Because they hang downward, they look like tiny, ornate chandeliers or dancing ballerinas, and they are a primary food source for hummingbirds. Zinnia. While common, the zinnia is an exotic marvel of endurance. Native to Mexico, these flowers are built to withstand intense heat and drought. They are composite flowers, meaning what looks like one bloom is actually a collection of many tiny flowers. They come in every color except blue and are famous for their cut and come again nature. The more you harvest them, the more they bloom. Heliotropium arborescens. This plant is a sensory delight. While its deep violet or lavender flower clusters are beautiful, it is most famous for its fragrance. Gardeners often describe the scent as being exactly like warm cherry pie, vanilla, or almond. In the Victorian era, it was a symbol of devotion, and it remains a popular choice for sensory gardens today. Bleeding heart. This flower is perhaps the most poetically named in the botanical world. It features arching, bow-like stems from which hang a row of perfect, heart-shaped blossoms. Each heart has a small white drop emerging from the bottom, making it look like it is truly bleeding. It is a woodland treasure that thrives in the shade, bringing a sense of romance and melancholy to the garden. Daylily. The daylily is a master of efficiency. As its name suggests, each individual flower opens in the morning and dies by sunset. However, the plant is so prolific that it can produce dozens of buds on a single stalk, ensuring a continuous display for weeks. They are incredibly hardy and come in a staggering variety of forms, from spiders with long, thin petals to doubles that look like ruffled peonies. Clerodendrum Thomsoniae, commonly known as the bleeding heart vine, this tropical climber offers a stunning color contrast. It produces clusters of bell-shaped, pure white calyxes. As the flower matures, a bright red, star-shaped petal emerges from the center, followed by long, delicate stamens. It is a popular ornamental plant because the white calyxes remain on the plant for a long time, even after the red petals have fallen. Yellow bells. This fast-growing shrub is famous for its bright, trumpet-shaped yellow flowers that hang in heavy clusters. It is highly drought-tolerant and thrives in full sun, making it a golden beacon in desert and tropical landscapes. The flowers are rich in nectar, making the plant a constant hub of activity for bees and butterflies. Urn plant. A member of the Bromeliad family, the urn plant is an epiphyte, meaning in the wild it grows on trees rather than in soil. Its stiff, silver-striped leaves form a central urn that catches and stores rainwater. From the center of this reservoir, a large, spiky pink bract emerges, which eventually produces small, true violet flowers. It is a prehistoric-looking plant that adds a dramatic, architectural touch to any collection. Echinacea purpurea, more commonly known as the purple coneflower, this plant is as functional as it is beautiful. It features a prominent, spiny central cone, which gives it its name from the Greek word for hedgehog, surrounded by drooping purple or pink petals. It is a powerhouse for the immune system in herbal medicine and is one of the best plants for attracting goldfinches and pollinators. Batflower. This is arguably the most Gothic plant in existence. The batflower produces blooms that are almost pitch black or deep maroon. The petals are shaped like spreading wings, and long, thread-like bracts, whiskers, hang down from the center, sometimes reaching over 2 feet in length. It thrives in the humid, shaded floors of tropical jungles and is a favorite for collectors of the bizarre. Abutilon megapotamicum, also known as the trailing Abutilon or Chinese lantern, this plant produces uniquely structured flowers that look like antique ornaments. Each bloom consists of a bright red, balloon-like base, the calyx, from which yellow petals emerge, topped off by a dark purple cluster of stamens. They hang from thin, wiry stems, swaying gently in the breeze. Gaillardia aristata. The blanket flower is a sun-drenched beauty inspired by the colors of the American West. The petals are usually a deep sunset red at the base, tipping into a bright lemon yellow at the ends. The center is a dense, fuzzy button of bronze. They are incredibly tough plants that can survive in poor soil and high heat, often forming a blanket of color across a field. Rothschild's slipper orchid. This is the gold of Kinabalu. It is one of the rarest orchids on Earth, taking up to 15 years to bloom for the first time. It is distinguished by its massive horizontal petals that look like striped arms and a large pouch-like lip that resembles a slipper. Because it grows only in a tiny area of a single Malaysian national park, it is highly protected and incredibly valuable. Canna indica, known for its bold, tropical flair, the canna lily isn't actually a true lily. It grows from thick rhizomes and produces huge, paddle-like leaves that can be solid green, bronze, or even striped. The flowers are held high on spikes and feature ruffled, asymmetrical petals in intense shades of red, orange, and yellow, bringing a taste of the tropics to any climate. African starfish flower. This succulent is a master of deception. It produces large star-shaped flowers that are covered in fine, hair-like fuzz and patterned with intricate reddish-brown lines. While beautiful, it has evolved to smell like decaying meat to attract carrion flies for pollination. It is a fascinating example of how plants adapt to their environment in unusual ways. Pitcher plant flower. While most people focus on the carnivorous pitchers that trap insects, the flowers of the pitcher plant are equally fascinating. They hang upside down on long stalks to keep pollinators away from the deadly traps below. They have a thick, leathery texture and a complex, umbrella-like structure in shades of deep maroon, green, or yellow. Corpse lily. This parasitic plant holds the record for the largest individual flower on Earth, reaching up to 3 feet in diameter. It has no leaves, stems, or roots, living entirely inside a host vine until it is ready to bloom. When it does, it produces a massive, 5-petaled, fleshy red flower that smells strongly of rotting meat to attract flies. It is a rare prehistoric giant that blooms only for a few days. Silver vase bromeliad. Similar to the urn plant, this bromeliad is prized for its aesthetic contrast. It has wide, arching leaves that are covered in a silvery, powdery bloom. From the center rises a large star-shaped cluster of neon pink bracts that look like they are made of plastic or wax. Tucked inside these pink bracts are tiny, short-lived blue flowers, creating a stunning tricolor effect. Coneflower, a sister to the Echinacea. The general coneflower category includes varieties like the black-eyed Susan. These are the workhorses of the natural landscape, featuring bright yellow or gold petals surrounding a dark, chocolate-colored central disc. They are symbols of encouragement and resilience, blooming through the hottest parts of the year when other plants have given up. From the fleeting one-night-only appearance of the Queen of the Night to the massive parasitic presence of the corpse lily, these 29 flowers represent the absolute peak of nature's diversity. They show us that evolution isn't just about survival, it's about creating something unique, functional, and often breathtakingly beautiful. Whether these plants are found in your own garden or in the most remote corners of the globe, they are a reminder of the delicate balance of our ecosystem. Thank you for joining us on this in-depth botanical journey. Which of these incredible flowers would you most want to see in person?